Fitting into new environments can be very difficult, especially when you're not surrounded by people who look like you. This is Jeff Mitchell, former educator and CEO of FYG Management LLC, in which he works to assist and improve schools. In my phone call with him, he spoke about some of his techniques for helping students fit in, and why some students may have it better off adjusting into the environment of predominantly white schools. There are some things that are unique to the Black experience, and some things unique to the Hispanic experience, some things unique to the white experience. And when there's not enough people around, especially those of authority figures that are around in those different places, um, people like myself, people that look like me, when we don't have those kind of supports around, it can be draining. After speaking with Mr. Mitchell, I talked to two Georgia students who face this adversity head on.
I think a lot of what people are trying to do is, or were trying to do, was put me into a box of, here's this Black kid who is coming to GAC. He's a football player. At the time, he was also a track runner. He's this athlete. And, that's kind of the stereotype, especially at schools like that. We've got this kid who's going to come in and help us be better in this one category. But see, I grew up in a home where my parents encouraged me that no matter what it was I was doing, I needed to be at the top of my game. And that's academics, that's spiritually, that's in leadership roles, and like I already said, that's athletics. So no one could really confine me into a box.
What do you see when you see this picture? For me, I see questions. What happened to the rocks? Why are the rocks on the bottom half lighter? Is this where the water used to stand? These questions soon led me to a recent news article about the Hoover Dam water levels. I then found out that the lighter half of the rocks were called the bathtub ring, which was caused by a coating of minerals that were deposited on rocks when they were covered by water.
Lake Mead is fed by the snowpack in the Colorado Rockies, and as that snow melts off, it runs into the river.
Oxford defines procrastination as the act of delaying or postponing something. Now, we've all been there. Whether it's a paper with an approaching deadline or a mess of room that always needs cleaning, we always have tomorrow to fall back on. A few years ago, I had switched schools. It was met with a new set of challenges, including the stress of making new friends and getting good grades. Now, I'm going to my senior year of high school, and I decided to get some tips on how to stay focused and finish high school strong. I reached out to the head counselor at my school, Miss Hawk, to get some advice on procrastination and how we can all improve our focus. How can my diet and sleep schedule affect productivity?
Think about when you're sleepy, right? Do you make the best decisions? No, you don't, right? Do you typically respond based on emotion versus logic? Absolutely, right? Because our brain is having to conserve the energy that it does have. If you're not eating well and you're not getting your sleep, then you're not going to be your best self.
Thanks for the advice, Miss Hawk. I'll be sure to use it going into my senior year this fall. Now that was helpful. Going forward, I'll be sure to make a habit of reserving myself work time every day, watching how I eat, trying to get a full 9 hours of sleep every night, and not letting my friends get in the way. And I'm starting today. Not maybe tomorrow, but today.
In 1979, China implemented its one-child policy in hopes of controlling its rapidly growing population. By implementing this policy, Chinese families were fearful about breaking the law of having more than one child. Abandoned as newborns in China and adopted by American parents, Alyssa Vandra, Malin Hirant, and Aneka Torgrimson open up and discuss their thoughts, successes, struggles, and most importantly, finding their identity as they have grown up in a primarily Caucasian community.
I felt like, I'm too Asian to fit in with the Caucasian kids. But then when I go down to orchestra or I'm with a big group of Asian kids who have traditional Chinese or Asian parents, I feel like I'm too Caucasian or white for them.
As humans, we all want to be recognized for our skills, our personality, our character, our hobbies, our passions.